Hi everybody, I'm back. I know it's been years since I've been on or posted a video, but I feel like I have something very important that needs to be discussed, and hopefully I can be on here a lot more often than what I have been in the past. And of course, things have happened within these 3 years I need to catch you up on. First of all, let's just give honor to God that we are here in 2020. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about today is I'm going on a 40-day fast, which I hope everyone is going on. And I want to talk about the things that has transpired over the month or so and how I'm feeling, and why I feel like I need to do this 40-day fast. So let's start off. I have been chosen to walk in the prophetic voice of this generation, and I thank God for it. I give all credit to God for that, and I'm this words just can't explain that my gratitude. Now, how do I know that I have been chosen for this? Let me tell you about the pastor, my spiritual father. Back 3-4 years ago when I was doing videos, I didn't have a spiritual father because I knew that the churches where I live at, they wasn't right. So they wasn't walking in a direction where they should have been walking to. But anyway, my spiritual father is named Pastor Alf Lucal, and my spiritual mother name is Pastor Bishop Celeste Lucal, which is his wife. And I thank God for both of them. Their church is way in South Africa, Johannesburg, and I have been a member there since 2019, early part of 2019, about January, February. Now, even though I don't travel to this church and have not been to this church, but I am umbilical connected to that altar, and I am connected to my spiritual father. There has been things that he has prophesied in my life that has come to pass. Everything that he prophesies, it comes to pass. You know what I'm saying? He is a true man of God, I believe, because he produces good fruit. Okay? Good fruit. Great fruit. And he also has a book out. And this is not a promotion. I ain't getting no discounts or nothing like that. And I don't have a discount code, but this is him. Pastor Alf Lucal. I love him. Okay, if you want to buy a book, you can buy this off of Amazon. I know because this is where I got mine from. They have it in different languages, not just English. Or you can go to alflucal.com and purchase this book. He also has a YouTube page. It is Pastor Alf Lucal, but he is really a prophet. But he likes to be called pastor. Okay, not a priest, not a high priest, not a bishop, just Pastor Alf Lucal. And I plan on going there this year after the 40-day fast so I can touch the altar and connect completely and wholly. So, how I feel like I've been chosen for the prophetic move in this generation. Because as the pastor was preaching, as my pastor Alf Lucal was preaching, he was saying that you're going to feel something in your inner man. And where he was pointing to is where the ribs start separating to the left side, right side. Right there where that bone's at. You can't see me pointing, but right there where that bone at, it's like a slow turn. And how it feels if you ever have anxiety, where maybe you feel like bad is going to happen or something's going to happen, but it's a slow turn and it doesn't leave at all. Usually you'll have anxiety for a week if you're like me, someone who's always been gifted all their life. Usually when you get that feeling of anxiety, whatever's going to take place in the next 7 days or the next 14 days. But when my pastor Alf Lucal was speaking into my life, I had got this feeling for a whole entire month, and it never eased up. And I thought, oh, this must going to be something very, very bad that's going to happen before my pastor even told me what it was. So I went to my altar and like, Lord, take this feeling from me, because every time I got this feeling in the past, I always felt like something's going to happen, and something did, not knowing that was God telling me, prepare yourself, this is what's going to happen. And most of the time, it don't even be anything that is bad, just be maybe I'm going to see a car wreck, or maybe someone going to get sick or something. Maybe somebody's going to make me mad or something like that. But this month, well, last month, December, it was just a slow turn of anxiety, yeah. A slow turn of anxiousness right in that inner man spot, as Pastor Aflacal said. And after I prayed it away, that's when my pastor, Aflacal, my Moses, told me that the Lord is speaking to you. You're going to feel it right here. And I was like, that's what I'm feeling. And my pastor went on to say, you have been chosen to walk in this generation in the prophetic gift. And I was like, wow. And I know I have, because I don't know if I said it in my past videos, but I can do things and see things that everybody else can't. You know, I can remember when I was 5 years old, there was a young man that was killed in front of my mom's house, because I used to live in Illinois, if you're from the United States. In Illinois, we have real ghettos. They're nothing like down south they call ghettos. We have real ghettos where you can walk outside and literally see someone get shot down and killed, or someone just shot, stabbed. You know, it was like an everyday thing. So the young man was killed in front of my mom's house, and my mom knew the young man. So I'm downstairs playing. I think about anything of the man that was killed in front of my mom's house came through the door, literally came through the door. And I wasn't afraid or anything. And he was asking how my mom was doing. And it was around about Christmas time. And like, how the bikes? Do y'all like y'all bikes? And I'm just conversing with this man, not thinking anything of it. And then he left, going straight back through the door. The door hasn't opened. The door isn't open. There's no front screen door. No, the door is closed. I wasn't afraid or anything. And also, when I was young, 5 years old, I was playing with my cousin and my sister. And my cousin was like, yeah, you remember yesterday when we did whatever it was that we did, played at the park and somebody fell or something. And I was like, remember? What the word remember means? What that mean to remember? You're like, you remember. Just think back in your head. That's my little cousin saying, because we look at, just think back in your head when we was at the park, remember? So I'm thinking. And then I remembered. Yeah, you're right. We were at the park. I didn't know that I can remember stuff like that. So I started remembering everything. Everything just was instantly downloaded almost into my head. And I can remember back 2 days ago, a week ago, a month ago, when I was 3, when I was 2. I remembered so far back that I actually remembered when I was in my mom's womb. Now, it's hard for people to believe that. I know, because I searched all my life for someone who I can have a decent conversation with, other than my twin sister, because I'm an identical type twin sister. And everything that I said that went on in the womb, went on in the womb, she said too. And we was both conversing with our mom, telling her the same thing at the same time about what happened in her womb and what we heard and what we saw. So growing up, I remember I was in college. I was sitting in the classroom, and it was this professor. I think he was an English professor or something. Science professor. And he was talking about memory or something. He's like, well, no one remember when they was born, do they? No one remember that. Is anyone in the room that remember that? So I raised my hand like, yes, finally. Somebody in here is going to raise their hand other than me. That was not the case. And he made a mockery of me. Everyone laughed. But I did see this one young man who did not laugh and did not see that funny. And I always wondered, was he one of those ones that remembered him being in the womb? And also remember his birth, because I remember my birth. I remember being in the womb. I remember my birth. Them shots, they was not nice. I mean, I can tell you, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm just telling you, these are things that I've noticed growing up. So as I got older, I remember my daughter, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is she does. I remember being older, since we had moved from the ghetto down south in the Delta. And I remember sitting in my mom's house. I was living there because I wasn't old enough to have my own place. I remember sitting there on the couch, and I would see these black things whipping around the walls. They'll start off slow, and then they'll just speed up all of a sudden until the whole four walls will look completely black, but I can still see them moving, and I would have to shake out of it. I'm like, what is this I'm seeing? Why am I seeing this? And I would see entities, and it wouldn't even be so much as seeing something in peripheral vision, but in the your frontal. I'm waving my hand in the front, you can't see me, but in the frontal vision as well. And I can talk to people who has been deceased. So pretty much since I was 12, I always look for people who can relate to that. You know, who can see spirits like I can. Who can remember the day that they was in the womb. Who can remember the day of their birth. You know, who is like me. There was none like me. And besides my twin sister, because my twin sister was like me. I'm like, if I can just find one person. No one ever spoke up. When it came down to my sister and I was the weird twin. Because I was more open to speak about it and talk about it. My sister was not. And like, I know it just cannot be me. There has to be more people out there than just me. So all my life, I'm study searching. And then as I was growing up, I was in church, in a traditional church. I was in a church where you're sitting here praising the Lord, worshiping, and after church, your pastor trying to holler at your mom. You're in here trying to worship, and all of a sudden the pastor say, you don't have to pay me, they paying me. Who is they? And why are you getting paid again? The Lord said, how can you charge for something that's given to you free? And when we first came down here, church was great. But as I got older and I started searching and seeking the truth, I started seeing the truth because that's what I desired. And eventually, I just stopped going to church altogether because I felt who around here is actually walking with God and taking it seriously. Now, I'm not saying there's not any pastor in the Delta that doesn't take the walk with God serious. I just haven't ran upon one. You know what I'm saying? Just like the pastor said, my Pastor Aflacow said, the biggest lie that the devil has told the people, God's people, is that all the pastor wants is your money. So therefore people don't come to church. They don't pay their tithes and offering because they don't know the benefits of paying tithes and offering, because they actually believe all the pastor wants is your money. And even if the pastor did want your money, you gave to the church like you were supposed to. The word says we will see the reward of the wicked. So whatever the pastor doing with the church, money, as far as himself is concerned, let him do it. You gave and sacrificed. But people don't want to pay tithes and offering. They'd rather take it to a casino. They'd rather pay and get a pack of cigarettes, some beer, some liquor, get their hair done, get their nails done, get their eyelashes on. They'd rather spend all this money and would not even give $10 to the church. Even if you don't go to church. Just put it in an envelope. Go to the church on a Sunday or whenever the church is open, drop it off. They won't even do that. And I can't say that I'm not guilty, because I am guilty. Because it came a period in my time when I called myself getting grown, I stopped going to church. Because there was just so much going on in the church, which I knew wasn't supposed to go on in church. And I didn't stop by any church. I didn't pay any tithes. Not because I'd rather spend it on hair or nails. I just no longer believed that the pastors who was pastoring each church took their role seriously enough. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take it seriously enough. So in my heart, I just started desiring in my heart, if we can have somebody, anybody, who will take up their cross and show the way like it's supposed to be shown and walk in God. And I have yet to find one until this man right here came into my life. I found him on YouTube. I saw the first video I saw, he was praying over sick people. They couldn't walk. They was blind, and all these miracles was taking place. And I'm thinking, is this really real? Just like everybody else. Just really real. I don't know, this man might be a fake. So I just clicked off the video, not thinking anything of it. And then I think a year or two later, or maybe a year later, someone told me to just click on here. Because I was always concerned about the Antichrist. But God said you would know him by the fruit that he produced. So I started watching him, and I started seeing all the miracles that was performed. And then it came to a place where that wasn't enough. I need to hear the word from him. So I started watching his sermons. The videos that I was watching of this man was just 15 minutes long, maybe 5 minutes long here and there. And I became thirsty for God. I want to know more through this man. And as he started preaching the word, no kidding, he said he would prophesy, by Monday something great will happen to you. I decree and I declare it. So shall it be. It cannot be otherwise. And by Monday something good will happen to me. First time I was like, wow, well, he did say it. Then he prophesied, by Wednesday you should get a promotion on your job. And I got a promotion on my job. I had won a tablet, which was a little promotion. It was a tablet. I think it was a 7-inch tablet. And he was prophesizing all these good things and everything that he prophesied in our lives. Well, I say our lives because I know it came past in more than just my life, because they actually have a session in a church where everybody gets testimonies. So I started seeing all these good things that he was speaking to our lives that was coming to pass, especially in my life. And I said, there's no way that this man can be the Antichrist. Because he hasn't produced not one bad fruit yet. And if you read the word, you'll see that demons do not have the power to heal. Satan does not have the power to heal. Only the Holy Spirit, only through God. And Pastor Alfred Cow was laying hands on people, and I tell you they was healing. How do I know? Because the walk could not walk. You know, anybody in a wheelchair, legs look like toothpicks. Because the muscle deteriorates over time. These people was getting out of wheelchairs. Legs like spaghettis. Walking. People who was blind could see. Baby. It was a baby. The baby was blind. Baby, eyes popped open. People was deaf. Their ears popped open. Crying. Sobbing. I mean, you just have to watch it for yourself. Pastor Alfred Kyle. It's his YouTube page. Just watch it. You know, just watch it. And if you feel like he's a fake, put it down. Put it down, give it a month or two, and then start watching it again. But just don't watch the miracle parts. Start watching the sermon parts. Because I went to 15 minutes miracle part to 2-hour speeches, 2-hour sermons. Because he made me want to know more about our God. I became thirsty for our God all over again. My faith was shattered, bruised, used, almost gone, until the Lord brought me into his path. And so much has transpired. I know I'm probably talking about a 40-day fast, but I'm just trying to give y'all an update before I start talking. I may just have to make a whole nother video about the 40-day fasting. About the slow turn of anxiety that you feel inside. So if you're feeling this inside, you have been called, okay? So don't think that something's bad finna happen because you have an anxiety feeling. Okay, this is God moving some things. But let me just tell you real quick about this 4-day fast. What I feel like through this anxiety feeling this. I feel like I am about to take up counsel with the great counselor. Because in order for me to counsel his people, I have to be counseled first. You know, some things has to be clarified in me first and healed in me first before I can go try to counsel the young people or older people, whoever they may be. You know, I can't go in trying to speak to God's people when I'm not right, when I still have open wounds. So I feel like I'm about to have a great meeting in front of the Most High. Feels kind of terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. It feels terrifying, but I'm anxious. Feels terrifying and anxious. It's unbelievable. Like me, I've been chosen. Like, wow. I don't know 2% of the Bible. But since I've been watching Pastor Alpha Cal, I'm pretty sure I popped and got up to 5%. But when I say know the Bible, I mean I can't quote, Acts chapter 1, verse 3. I can't quote verses and chapters and, story. I know the stories, but I couldn't tell you what book they are. I know there's 66 books in the Bible. I know pretty much what the average person know. The first book is Genesis. The last book is Revelations. Okay? But I still feel like I'm ready. And I know that there is a sacrifice that I will have to make in order to walk in the prophetic. Like I heard my pastor say, you have to kill everything within yourself. Pretty much you have to do a suicide. Okay? And what that means to me, killing everything in yourself, that means everything that is worldly, you have to let it go. There is no partying, there is no drinking, there is no cussing, no dancing, no listen to worldly music. But the thing about that is, when you speak to young people about that, they think that a Christian life is a boring life. But I beg to differ about that. I think a Christian life is more interesting than a worldly life. Because a worldly life is just a down spiral. But a holy life, you keep going from level to level, from glory to glory. The first glory is off the chain. So if you're going from glory to glory, that's even better. It's like you're just skyrocketing. I don't know, it's just kind of hard to explain. Just imagine if you're out there in the world and all you're doing is partying, smoking, doing drugs, doing alcohol. When you wake up in the morning, what do you feel like? You feel like you want to go back to sleep. You're tired. You're burnt out. You just anxiety off the roof. You want to be alone, but you don't want to be alone. But when you walk in Christ, oh man, you have a natural high with no substance. You high off the glory of God. You can't wait to see what the next assignment's going to be, what the next blessing's going to be, because it's just off the chain. I mean, you just have to walk with the Lord, just know what I'm talking about. It's undescribable. It's like every day you're getting a promotion. It's like being at a job. Every day you're getting a raise just for going to work, so to speak. That's the best way I can put it. So I just want to give y'all that little update of what I've been up to. Even though I haven't actually ran down what I've actually been up to these years I've been missing. But I planned on being on here more often. Giving y'all the word, telling y'all what's going on with me, sharing dreams. And this is what I've been going through. I'm ready for this 40-day fast, which starts Monday. And today is Saturday. So it's just amazing. And it hurts. What hurts about the 40-day fast is the fact I can't tell everybody about it. Not that it's in secret, but everybody is not going to, what's the word? Everybody is not going to accept your gospel. The people who you think is going to be on your side are going to be like undercover Pharisees, is what I call them. Undercover Pharisees and naysayers and scribes. Everybody's not going to amen your gospel. I tried to tell my mom, I'm going on this 40-day fast. I'm all excited. She's like, you going on a 40-day fast or you going to pass out? I just hope you be at home when you pass out. I just hope I be around when you pass out. I'm like, dang. You my mom. Why are you saying that? I thought you was going to be, have my back. But everybody's not going to amen your gospel. Don't think that everybody is. They're not. Everybody didn't amen Jesus' gospel. So you can't share everything that you do in the glory of God with people, because you'll really see who's for you and who is not for you. Even though she's my mom, I still love her. But what I love about my mom, even though she talk crazy every once in a while, she still come thirsting for God. I had a conversation with her the other day about tithes and offering. I forgot what the conversation was, but I was telling her what I was telling you guys, is that one of the biggest lies that the devil tells all the pastor want is your money. But the reality is, all the pastors that actually walks with you, which is Satan, wants is your money. But when you run into a real pastor that takes absolutely nothing from the church, he takes nothing from the church. He has his own businesses. He does great. I want y'all to buy this book. Buy this book if you know in your heart, and deepest in your heart, that you have been chosen by God himself to walk in his anointing, to take counsel in his presence. Get the book. Show his name right here once again. Okay? My pastor speaks English and French. So, in some of his sermons, he does speak English and French, but he only speaks French when he calling people out the crowd and prophesying to them about things that's just going to come to pass and everything. So I'm not going to hold you guys up for any longer. I love y'all. I miss you guys so much. May God bless y'all. Until next time.